Questions are now being asked in the corridors of power about the use of informants by Northumbria Police. This letter from the same time period is from David Cleland, MP. I write to clarify certain incidents which have taken place in Newcastle and its surrounding area. 1. These incidents may well directly involve your constituents who are not in a position to complain to you by virtue of the fact that the truth is being hidden from them under the cloak of the Official Secrets Act. 2. These incidents raise grave concern into the way Northumbria Police have carried out operations in your constituency. 3. Attempts were made at Newcastle Crown Court to clear the public gallery for evidence to be given in secret against all the principles of British justice and democracy to cover up Northumbria Police's role in this scandal. 4. These incidents and others like them are occurring all over Britain, are a damning indictment of the policies adopted by the Conservative government, the party of law and order, to combat the ever-growing menace of illegal drugs. These policies designed to stem the flow of drugs in and into Britain have been a total disaster. In this respect, I write to you as an MP for Newcastle and an opposition MP. The incidents in the Newcastle and South Shields areas relate to the activities of 2 Newcastle gangsters named Patrick Conroy and David Glover, their gang and a gangster from Leeds named Ronald Priestley. I enclose a copy of witness statements of Detective Sergeant Ian Graham Smith and of Detective Sergeant Inspector Keith Felton that were produced at Newcastle Crown Court for Glover's defence. 6th of September 1992. Glover is in custody for beating a man unconscious. 21st of September 1992. Keith Felton, head of Northumbria Drug Squad, obtained authority for Glover to be freed and for him to take part in an entrapment operation involving drugs. From my own records, I know that around this time, Patrick Conroy was arrested in the Newcastle area in possession of a large quantity, kilos, of amphetamine. Several days later, Conroy was released from custody without charge. October 1992. From October, Glover and now Conroy, working under police supervision, took full advantage of their impunity from prosecution and embarked on a spree of shootings and committed at least 3 kidnappings involving blackmail, extortion and torture. These offences were all committed while Glover and Conroy were working under the police supervision of Detective Chief Inspector Keith Felton, head of Northumbria Drug Squad. March 1994. Matters were finally forced to a head when the family of a young man who had been kidnapped and was being held captive until a ransom demand of £80,000 was paid went and lodged an official complaint with the police. Conroy, Glover and Ronald Priestley of Leeds were all arrested and charged with kidnap, extortion, blackmail and torture. The young man they had kidnapped was not their intended victim and was in fact the wrong man. April 1994, Conroy and Glover escaped from a prison van custody in an armed ambush. September 1994, £11 million worth of cannabis was found by police on board a yacht owned by Philip Berryman. November 1995, Philip Berryman was found not guilty of importation of £11 million worth of cannabis. Berryman's defence was that he was forced by threats from a gangster against the lives of his children, aged 6 and 12, to transport the drugs. The gangster was named by Berryman in court as Paddy Conroy. December 1995. At the trial of Conroy and Glover, an attempt was made to clear the public gallery of the court for evidence to be heard in secret of Glover's role working undercover for senior police officers. Quite clearly this was an attempt by Northumbria Police to cover up their role in this scandal. December the 9th, 1995. Witnesses for the prosecution had to be placed in the witness protection scheme. They had to leave their homes, jobs, family and friends to be moved to a new town and to be given new identities. All this because they gave evidence against Conroy and Glover, whom were only at liberty to commit these same offences by virtue of the fact that most serious charges had been quashed by the police for them to work for the police under police supervision. Had Glover not brought this evidence to light, these matters would very conveniently have been covered up under the cloak of the Official Secrets Act. In respect of Ronald Priestley, Priestley is a millionaire drug dealer from Leeds. 25th of November 1991, £600,000 of cocaine was found together with equipment for the manufacture of crack by police in Riverside property owned by Priestley. Priestley is charged with running a crack factory. 9th of June 1992, Priestley gets bail. March the 3rd, 1994, a mock trial was arranged for Priestley at Leeds Crown Court. The judge threw the case out, this despite overwhelming evidence of Priestley's guilt. March 29, 1994. 26 days after his ordered acquittal, Priestley is arrested and charged for kidnap, extortion and blackmail. Conroy and Glover are his co-accused. May the 19th, 1994, Priestley gets bail again. September 1995, kidnap, extortion, blackmail charges against Priestley are shelved. This despite tape-recorded and video evidence against him. The kidnap victim had to be released from the captivity of Conroy and Glover in an armed siege by police. Last year, at an inquiry by the Association of Chief Police Officers, the inquiry warned that the police network of informants was out of control. It said informants had dictated the course of many investigations and even influenced prosecutions. The tail is wagging the dog, said one researcher.
Paddy picked us up Mother's Day. It was in the 90s. With the rest of them, we went along Alsford Road. Seen Collier. I went in, we're talking to the yard, my yard, where we battered him with 2x2 and a gas bottle. Then he was took to the flat in Brunel Terrace, where he was tortured.
What kind of torture was it?
Pliers, hitting with a shotgun, just a beating. His teeth were pulled out, his nose was pulled out, his ears were snipped. And Paddy took no part in it. He never gave evidence against us.
Where does that lead? The investigation, because obviously it's still under investigation, man, fucking hell. So, do you think the fucking busy in charge of the case hasn't been watching that podcast, like? I'm thinking, are you alright now, are you? So we'd like to speak to you, because we haven't been able to speak to you, because you haven't been alright. Because you confessed to a murder. You've named people who we are after, targets, blah blah blah. And we need to talk to you about that confession, because you have been off your head since you made it. We haven't been able to talk to you. Oh, he gave the details, did he? Fucking yeah, I'll tell you all about it. Now that you're alright, Davey. It's got to happen at some point, hasn't it? Now that they've put this on video and put it out there. Now remember, who's put it out there? I haven't put it out there. The manager and his fucking bum chum, shitey arse, has put it out there. But do they realise they're now opening up the case? And it's not me who's named in the fucking confession, it's the fucking murderers. I think sometimes you just think they're clever. We'll do that because it's kind of blame him even more, and we're already blaming him. Because they're already blaming us. Glover's just realised lately that it was me, remember? Now that he's become well. It's a joke, man. But had they not just opened up the case for Glover to be interviewed about that murder in that confession room? Whereas before that podcast, before he said them things, he wasn't. And they didn't think about these sort of circumstances, how it can backfire. But that's the position I reckon they've put ourselves in. Glover saying, I'm alright now, I'm receiving treatment. And I've realised I didn't do that murder. Well, you've confessed to it then. From whoever's in charge of the investigation. Well, you've confessed to it then. And he's come on even that on the same DVD. Oh, but them murder details I gave, I got them off Conroy. Hey, even if he's got the murder details of Conroy, we want to fucking talk to you. This is a fucking murder. Oh, he gave the details, did he? If you want in charge of the case. But the way this is going, I don't know which way it's going to go, but what I do know is they've left Glover open to be questioned now. Whereas before that podcast, couldn't question him. Even. For legal reasons, because he's off his fucking head. Same as why they've never been able to question him since he made the confession. But that podcast DVD makes him alright now. Watch it and see what I mean. Think to yourself, oh, I'm in charge of that case. Oh, you alright now, are you? You fucking admitted that. Oh, you got the details of him, did you? Alright. Well, it's obvious, isn't it? He's alright now, even if it was just to find out how and when I give him the details and things like that. They'd want to talk to him about it, wouldn't they? If they haven't already done it. But why get the case opened up? Why put ourselves in a position where it can't even be opened up? Like where everybody can be questioned. All the main players, because of our podcast, because that's what he's done. Remember, Davey Glover's confessed to this murder, and he's named Shitey Horse and his brother as part of the murder team, and he's given details how many someone involved could have given. And he's also went and done other stuff. He's went and pointed to Tuesdays and different things. So, you know, I don't know how he's going to explain that. He's always getting into the murder details, and, you know, he's done other stuff. Fucking what I couldn't have shown him. I'd tell them. He's a fucking idiot, man. But what they've done with our podcast, they've opened up Viv's murder case again. Big style. Just with Glover saying, oh, I'm alright now. I'm receiving treatment. And I've come to my senses, and I've realised, no, I didn't commit that murder. Alright. Hey man, even if that was the truth, they still want to talk. Talk, okay, Davey, we want to talk to you. Know that you're alright and we can't do.
Woke up at dawn, boots on my feet. The rooster's crow is my morning beat. Flannel shirt, tractors humming the